Welcome to Wondering If. Today we're going to discuss how magnetic variation likely led to the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. As listeners may know from our previous episode, Amelia Earhart was the world's first well-known female aviator. In 1937, while on a flight around the world, she disappeared somewhere over the Pacific. She has never been seen since, and no one really knows where she is or what happened to her. What did happen to her? Where did she go? Our previous episode showed how an old, rare, long-out-of-print book entitled Aerial Navigation and Meteorology was rediscovered and provided a clue that magnetic variation was a likely cause of her getting lost on her 2,556-mile journey across the Pacific Ocean. As the lost book showed, magnetic variation will cause a compass reading to be off. In this case, the charts in the book show that along her route, magnetic variation would jump from 0 degrees at her departure point in Lae, New Guinea, all the way up to 9 degrees at about 750 miles before she reached Howland Island. Here is a more detailed image of where the 9-degree magnetic variation began in 1937 along her route. It begins suddenly and without warning at about 175 degrees longitude, our thanks to Wikimedia for the map. This means that when she took off from Lae, New Guinea at 0 degrees variation, her compass reading would be accurate there. It would remain accurate for close to 1,750 miles of her journey. But throughout the last 750 miles of her journey, magnetic variation would cause her compass to be off by an incredible and potentially devastating 9 degrees. What does 9 degrees look like? Let's take a look at this compass. Assuming that her course from New Guinea was approximately 78 degrees, here is what her course would look like on her compass. But here is what her actual course would have been. The red line on this compass shows what was likely her actual course during these last 750 miles. While her compass would indicate that she was traveling at 78 degrees, as shown by the yellow line, right on course for Howland Island, she would actually be traveling at 87 degrees, as shown by the red line. This 9 degrees in variation would cause her to miss Howland Island by flying far south of it. Her true course would likely have taken her several hundred miles south of Howland Island. As her last radio transmissions indicate, at some point she realized that she had flown far enough to reach Howland Island, but it was not in sight. She could not find it anywhere. At that point she began flying in line of position. Her radio transmission does not indicate whether she flew north or south along that line of position. But if she flew south, she would have ended up on Nikumaroro Island. Our thanks to Tigger for the map. While there are a number of theories about where she did end up, this theory that she ended up on Nikumaroro Island appears to be the most promising at present, as it matches up almost perfectly with the magnetic variation charts in the long-lost book. If her remains are ultimately found in Nikumaroro, her demise there will likely have been caused by magnetic variation, an unseen and at that time almost unknown phenomenon with devastating consequences. This is Wondering If, signing off.